So, someone made the Silksong Iceberg. Like, what? The game isn't even out, yet people have already started making these. And since quite a while ago too. If you for some reason live in the abyss and don't know how these work, the further down we go, the more obscure and insane the entries get. I won't be covering every single entry on this iceberg due to some of them being repetitions. I've also added some myself that I feel are worth mentioning. Now, let us jump into the darkness. The surface is of course just things you already know about if you know what Silksong is. So I will be very quick when covering these and put a lot of them together. Team Cherry is a tiny Australian studio responsible for making Hollow Knight, a Metroidvania platformer revolving around bugs, which also became their brand as their next game will be called Hollow Knight Silksong. Hollow Knight also got a couple of DLCs after its release, and Silksong was originally meant to be the final DLC, but expanded into the full game as said in their 2019 video. Silksong follows Hornet, the new player character and a boss from Hollow Knight. She's a nimble assassin who prioritizes lethal acrobatic combat. Hornet was brought to Farloom and is tasked with ascending to the Citadel at the top of the world. She will be able to take quests, find unique crests, and explore multiple towns. An area Hornet may pass through is Greymoor, which Team Cherry described as the largest area they ever made. A well-known boss and rival character to Hornet is Lace, and personally, the fight I am most excited for. And no, not because of that. In 2022, Silksong had a spot in the Xbox showcase, where it got its own trailer and got confirmed for Game Pass on day one. Lev is Team Cherry's PR manager. He's kind of become well known in the Silksong community due to him being the one who brings most of the information these days. Thank you, Lev, we love you. On April 2nd of this year, Silksong had a small spot in the sizzle reel of the Switch 2 presentation, where it got a 2025 release window. These entries refer to the fact that we are over the years constantly being reminded by Lev how the game is in development and that it's progressing nicely. But that's really the only communication we get, as the last official statement from Team Cherry themselves came from their 2019 blog post. It has become a massive meme at this point. These next entries refer to things widely not known outside of the Silksong community, but are still easy to come across if you visited the subreddit before. Rosaries are the currency system in Silksong that replaces Geo, while fleas are the new grubs. Cogflies are these little guys Hornet can grapple onto and also summon with a specific tool. February 14th is quite an important day in the Silksong community, because this is the day the game was officially announced back in 2019. And it is also the day a lot of people expect some sort of news in. Too bad there's never any. In 2019, the Nintendo Treehouse hosted an event where the Silksong demo was fully playable by people who came to the exhibit. Silksong was also playable at some other events, such as PAX and E3. In 2020, Lev posted many puzzles on the official Hollow Knight Discord server. These puzzles revealed some new characters. Seth is a character and boss created by Seth Goldman, a child who unfortunately passed away due to cancer. His wish was to meet Team Cherry, which was how Seth, one of the characters revealed in the 2020 riddles, was created. In late 2020, Edge released a magazine featuring Silksong. It contained many gameplay details and fun facts by William and Ari. I think it's most likely nowadays considered some of the least known pieces of Silksong info out there. Shortly after the showcase, Xbox said that every single game shown will be playable within the next 12 months. However, as we all know, this was far from the truth. This entry reversed the constant debate whether or not Silksong is a prequel or a sequel. It has been going on since 2019, and while there are more pieces of evidence pointing towards a sequel, there are still people who believe it to be a prequel. If you ask me, I believe Silksong is a circumquel. DSN is a channel that has been uploading Silksong news every single day for over 4 years. It is ran by Araora, who occasionally has other people hosting. I am unfortunately not one of those people. Please subscribe. In January of this year, William Pellin changed his entire Twitter profile to Little Boomy with a chocolate cake as the profile picture. He also posted the now iconic "Something Big is Coming" tweet. This sparked curiosity in the community, and they found many references to the date of April 2nd, the date of the Nintendo Direct. Whether or not this entire incident was a complete coincidence or planned ARG by Team Cherry remains to be disclosed. This refers to a meme that Team Cherry constantly opens their statements with "Hey gang." This is also the case even in the left delay tweet. In August of 2023, a Hollow Knight YouTuber called BlueSR interviewed Lev on a stream, where some small insights into the game and the delay were shared. Team Cherry has stated multiple times that all of the Hollow Knight endings will be canon in Silksong, but as to how has not been revealed. A long time ago, this was a genuine theory created by the Hollow Knight community, but nowadays it's a huge meme, because genuinely nobody believes in it. Believing in it is very pathetic and bad. I believe in it. On October 12th of 2023, DSN reached day 1000, where Aura hosted a game show to celebrate the occasion. Man. This is a very common argument presented by Team Cherry defenders. While it is true in some cases, it is highly controversial within the wider community. Early on in the Silksong wait, a massive meme was to sacrifice Mossbag, the biggest Hollow Knight lore YouTuber, to get Silksong news. This of course never worked out, like come on, when will people learn? Over the years, a lot of people suspected Silksong would appear in the game shows hosted by the man, the myth, Jeff Keighley. But to this day, that has never happened. The closest we got to Jeff showcasing Silksong in a game show was when Deadpool stole the spotlight. I don't know why so many people think Summer Game Fest will present Silksong. I personally believe we will see Silksong at E3. Primacon is the largest Silksong YouTuber, not considering Mossbag of course, and for a good reason. His entire channel is filled with cope videos fueling the Star community for years. He's also just a great guy. Tomorrow for sure is another very popular meme in the Silksong community. It revolves around people constantly saying Silksong tomorrow in chats hoping the game eventually releases. A Silk post is a primary way for someone to express their insane tendencies. It is a Reddit post where the person who posts makes up something that did not happen regarding the game, posting it and baiting people into thinking it's real. Did you know that Silksong just got a GOG copyright change? E1331 is a legendary subreddit user who gained popularity after his extremely high quality Silk posts. My new favorite is the gacha one. Possibly the most well-known meme in the entire community, created by Shark Thief Studio. It is meant to be a shield against bait created by Silk posts. Now that we have gotten past the newbie territory, we are finally delving into some things not often discussed nor known about within the community. In Mossbag's mapping out the world of Silksong video, his map turned out to look like the player from the hit video game Among Us. Talk about a horrible joke. Lev has said that there will be more news closer to the release, which turned out to be true for the most part. Over the years, there have been multiple cases of fans running into Team Cherry outside. I can't believe they touched grass. The last sighting was in the beginning of this year, where Ari said the game is soon. Zoatboat is a meme sequel game created by the community as a joke about Zoat, one of the characters in the base game who was speculated to be the third playable character. Will Zoatboat ever release? No. Over the years, the community has been seeing Hornet more and more in the most mundane things, showing just how insane they have become. There's a channel out there dedicated to recapping DSN, and man, it's just so weird, I love it. This refers to the battle between two cults, meant to represent the Hornet smoking image we spoke about earlier. Just people with too much time, man. As if I'm the one to speak when I am making this video. This one is pretty self-explanatory, people are just horny, man. This entry refers to a user on the subreddit who constantly posts the now iconic bowling picture in every single situation. It's cool. The art of creating so many Silksong videos, milking them for views. It is what I am doing right now actually. There are a lot of hidden pieces of evidence that Ari actually committed these monstrous acts, but a lot of people are paid to hide it, myself included. Satan Polar is some sort of prophet of the community, who supposedly knows everything about Silksong and when it is getting a release date, but I think this is just a cult. This one goes back all the way to the times of the Elden Ring subreddit, where people would spam the Wooper Pokemon while waiting for the game. Elden Ring released though, so the Wooper memes were transferred over to the Silksong subreddit. Hilarious. This is just a user who is quite active on the Hollow Knight subreddit. I have no idea why they are here, but hey, they are here. Possibly at this point, one of the most known wars in the community. Believers are people who hope for Silksong at many gaming events, while doubters are people who doubt that. They both have their own flares on the subreddit. Credit to Quirky Contest 269 for starting this legendary war. Deniers are people who deny the existence of the game and embarrass themselves in the process. They used to be kind of like a myth. Seeing a denier in the wild was like seeing a cryptid, but now they have their own flair, even if they are the weakest party. This is another new flare added, meant for former doubters and deniers who have accepted the fact that Silksong is coming out, one step further towards recovery. A very iconic saying within the doubter community, used to poke fun at believers after something revolving around Silksong happens and sheds no light on the game. Another iconic saying that has remained false for the last 4 years or so, but hey, this is the year! This is a very typical bait within the community, mainly done to trick people into checking Steam or other platforms. But it can also refer to the fact that some people are posting Silk posts with fake Silksong images. This is an inversion of the previous entry, as this bait is meant to make the person believe the game was never real or cancelled. Over the years, people's ability to detect Silk posts has increased by a lot. This image is spammed throughout Silk posts fairly often to show that. During the early days of Silk posting, it was common to make up fake phishing minigames for the game that are obviously never going to happen. In the Xbox trailer, there is a very strange boss or enemy shown that literally attacks with his ass. This is how he got the name. Quite some time ago, someone called the Shawarma managed to extract the metadata of the first Silksong trailer, giving us more insight into the clips shown. Greg is the former lead playtester of Team Cherry. He has playtested some Silksong as well and likes to tease the community with small tidbits of information about the game. After the Xbox trailer, a lot of people began to look into Silksong's age ratings on many websites, but absolutely nothing has come out of this. Team Cherry has logged into their Kickstarter quite a lot of times. Usually this is significant for the community as it shows that they're still alive, and the most recent login added Lef as a collaborator. This is quite a bizarre one. It is a theory that Lef deconfirming the cake situation was actually because TC was under NDA with Nintendo. It basically goes into detail how Nintendo got mad that the cake thing happened and Lef had to deconfirm it for damage control. I don't personally believe in it, but hey, it's Silksong, anything is possible. During SGF, Jeff Keighley made a pretty weird joke about Silksong with the new VR Deadpool game. It has been forever etched into the community's memory. Pretty self-explanatory, some people believe E1331 is a plant put in the subreddit by Team Cherry to keep it under control, with many believing it to be Lef himself. Please go outside. I believe this is referring to the fact that as time goes by, more and more people are sacrificed to appease the cherry gods. In September of this year, Silksong will be playable at ACMI, an Australian museum. This has led many people, myself included, to believe that the game will be out before this event. But honestly, I don't know what to believe at this point. My personal favorite user of the subreddit, and the one who always delivers the news. Tom has literally found the most obscure pieces of information about the game not even actual data miners were able to. Actual Chad. Recently, 4 people got banned on the subreddit until the game came out, becoming the community's dreamers. Tom Nook was one of those people. Sleep in peace, GOAT. This is a saying that if you want Reddit karma, just make a Silk post on the Silksong subreddit. It is kinda true, to be honest. Recently, there has been a panel regarding Silk posting by the YouTuber Folding Ideas at the PAX East event. Check it out, cool stuff. This refers to the fact that many people believe there will be this scene in the game revolving Hornet and Lace. I think all of these people are a bunch of weirdos. The real ones want an ass gym scene instead. Oh my god, bro, stop please, why did I even make this video? Alright, we're about halfway through. I hope you're doing well. You know, I think this is the only Iceberg video I will ever make because this topic is something that I wanted to cover for a while in the form of an Iceberg video. I won't take more of your time, the next entries are just really underground bizarre things that you probably don't know about unless you're fully insane. Back in early 2022, Nvidia had something leak regarding their supposed game schedule release. Silksong was also there, but as we know, this was a total nothing burger. It is probably the most forgotten piece of information about the game. This one has been getting more and more popular recently. Initially dead since 2019, the Steam database has been updating very frequently with change numbers and very bizarre changes. Whether it leads to anything, we will see. Recently, ACMI posted a lot of Hornet sprites on their Instagram, giving us more insight into her new moves and abilities. A new console by Xbox, which features Silksong as its main promotional material. How far has my cute little indie game come? This is a bizarre copyright registered by Team Cherry. A lot of people believe it's their next game after Silksong, but I think it's way too cringe for it to be something like that. Basically some sort of parallel to a Silk post, because song posts actually happened. They are just referencing really old information or trying to use old information to bait people into thinking it's new. Recently, the Silksong Steam page had its trailer removed. Lef has commented on this being a bug, but to this day some people say Lef is lying and are doubting this. Man. A person by the name of Min Verma had remade some of the Silksong soundtracks from the old demo. Absolutely amazing, I recommend giving these a listen. Quite a while ago at this point, E1331 made a statement where he claimed that Team Cherry were not happy with his Silk posts. But just a few days later, he admitted it was one massive Silk post. Typical E1 moment. E1 also made a bet that if there is no news until April 2nd of this year, he would delete his account. I have no idea how he did it, but he predicted it. After the cake situation, E1 thought it would be a nice idea to create his own ARG, to revive a bit of the hype in the community, and it worked. People engaged with it and had lots of fun. It was a nice way to calm people down after that whole fiasco. In June of this year, a special icon was chosen for Pride Month. This icon still remains to this day, cute. Back in 2020, a guy ran into Ari in a coffee shop. That's about it, just a funny situation. This entry refers to all of the memes stating that if Silksong releases this year, or if Silksong does something, I don't know, they will buy everyone who comments copies of the game. It was mainly an easy way to farm upvotes and comments on posts by people who genuinely thought that the poster would buy them a copy. Very lame, but it is what it is. A user on the Silksong subreddit who tends to comment on almost every single post. They have been inactive a lot of the time, but they always come back to deliver some bangers. Also, they watch my videos. Recently, Team Cherry have updated their site by adding the PS4 and Nintendo Switch 2 logo. Now, my question is, why is the Switch 2 logo so damn ugly? When making a post, you can add a flare titled Depression, usually used in depressing scenarios such as the delay for example, or just a theory being disproven. However, some people wish for a depression user flare, just to showcase how depressed they are. Pathetic. Either way, the flare got added. This is a fake user flare that references people who spam Silksong tomorrow. Not much else to say, it will probably never be a thing. After the cake situation, a user who claimed to be a voice actor showed up on the subreddit to say that news was coming in February. Of course, this was wrong, and today the account is deleted. Very recently, ACMI put up a timer for the exhibition detail reveal. A lot of people expected Silksong news here, and there was if you consider a goddamn plushie news. This refers to a small tiny note spotted in one of the ACMI screenshots, cleaned up by people to reveal some hidden information ACMI is not allowed to share in their exhibition. ACMI actually delayed their ticket sale from July 17 to July 31st. This brought eyes on the delay theory, created by Tom Nook. Supposedly, ACMI delayed the tickets to prevent people from spam buying them when the game's release had not been announced. This is becoming more and more likely, especially with the leaked Nintendo Direct soon. After the Dreamer's sacrifice, a post was made about the strange cryptid-like creature users supposedly found in the wild called Snosk. Yeah, right, as if redditors go outside. Either way, it's now another popular meme within the community. On day 666 of DSN, a creepy video was posted by Aura. Now, I'm sure the Morse code in this video means something, but I'm too damn lazy to go through it. So if you want more information, go watch the video yourself, thank you. Shortly after the Dreamers, a mod has also offered to be sacrificed. Anarchy has taken over the subreddit. That's a joke, by the way. This is a Silksong history video created by someone called Wait, what? Jokes aside, if you like this video and want a more detailed overview of a lot of the things mentioned here, check out that video. And also as a side note, thank you for the massive amount of support on it. This one refers to a meme that if you search up Ari Gibson, the picture would be replaced by the emo one. Alright, this is a weird one. It is actually referring to the many articles posted about the Silksong community on the internet, with the most notable writer being Harvey Randall. Man, this guy has more free time than I do. This episode features Aura having a dream where the game got a release date. It's really funny because he used the exact same speech in his April 2nd video. Basically, some sort of weird reimagining of the Team Cherry logo but with grapes. I hate grapes. Also, it could be deeper than this, but I genuinely don't know. This refers to the incident where everyone got mad at E1331 for taking all of the Silk Post karma, until the mods had to calm it down. Poor E1 man, if only he wasn't a Team Cherry plant. These are the people who play the Muppets in DSN's videos sometimes. I really love this part of DSN. Man, I just love DSN, what a cool channel. I have no idea why this is the case, but some people think Aura is the spy from TF2. What? So I personally added this entry because this person's Reddit post helped a lot during the production of this video. I found it while I was about halfway through writing the entries. Thank you for trying your best to explain the whole Iceberg Drahani. May you be sacrificed for Silksong to release. Before the announcement of both games, there was a collaboration between the communities where people could post Deltarune related Silk posts. Way before Hollow Knight, William Pellin made this weird game, and yeah, I can see why he likes to post whatever on his Twitter. Early this year, the Nintendo Switch store page for Silksong went down. While it was quickly reinstated, it seems to have deleted all of the wishlets the game once had. Wild. This one refers to many things, most notably things like petting my cat every day and drawing Hornet every day until Silksong releases. The amount of dedication necessary to do this is crazy, so I can only respect the people who decide to do it. This refers to all of the days Ara did not cover for Silksong due to the age of his channel, which he made a video on covering all the forgotten pieces of news over the years. I have no idea, man, some weird king thing, who knows at this point, this Iceberg is just too weird. Ara had a plush campaign recently, which thankfully managed to get funded, hell yeah. A stupid belief in some deep corners of the community, this is mainly due to Ara and E1 betting each other on Silksong news. This has recently become quite a big deal. Basically, it is a news recap of r/Silksong. Hey, maybe I will get into this recap once this video comes out. Yeah, I wish. This is a channel that exists as a parody of Ara's DSN, basically doing exactly what the name suggests, making a weird shit that did not happen. I respect it. Titan Shell is Mosback's upcoming video game. While it is no Silksong, it looks fun. Recently, the flare zone post switched colors. This made many people fall for easy baits because they were so used to the regular colors. A really fun experiment that I wish to see more of in the subreddit. In November of 2024, during one of the biggest droughts of news, a user tagged Left on Twitter asking if Silksong was real, to which Left replied with a simple yes. Salary restored. This refers to the recent fact that someone called Stormy and his clones have taken over DSN. I have no idea who this person is, but stay far away from my channel. Yeah, some people tried to sacrifice E1, that didn't go well, he's still here. This is basically a budget E1331, another Silk posting account that has gained some popularity on the subreddit. There are actually many of these. This is specifically referring to this sprite shown by ACMI. I hate it, man. When ACMI announced the new merch, there was a page that promoted a new Silksong Zine magazine. However, this page has since been removed. The reason for this is completely unclear, but it's possible that it was due to a very specific sentence that made a lot of people believe the game is coming out after ACMI. In 2024, Xbox made a community post about Silksong on YouTube. There, they also made another comment saying more news coming soon, before deleting it shortly afterward. Yeah, there was no news coming soon. I believe this refers to the case where the Xbox store page had a glitch where you could choose Silksong editions. This was quickly fixed. Ecstasis is a prominent Xbox leaker who had leaked Silksong several times in the past, but this year he was finally correct, leaking that Silksong would be shown in the Xbox showcase. A subreddit dedicated to the Tomorrow cult. Just really cringe stuff as usual, but hey, don't let that stop you. We do not talk about the Jack Wine incident. This is a mobile fan game similar to Flappy Bird. It's really tough. A hidden Silksong character nobody knows about. Watch out for the horse. Ah yes, my favorite character from the Silksong subreddit. This is of course referring to the origin of Silk posts, the guy who spent 100 days watching the Lorax. Also, a friend of mine said that every time I mention the Lorax, my video seems to blow up. So let's see if that's true. I love the Lorax. This is the person who originally came up with the Hornet sneakers meme that is occasionally posted in comment threads. This originally referred to the fact that Silksong has seen quite a lot of small artistic changes over the years, but recently has become a massive meme. After the disappointment of the Summer Game Fest, there was an indie showcase, where coincidentally one of the people talking about it was the legendary John Gibson. Very recently, Primacon's entire channel was hacked by a crypto scammer. They hosted a crypto scam livestream, but thankfully the channel is completely fine today. This is just a very well-known Silksong subreddit user, not much else to say. Someone decided it would be funny to retexture Hornet's cloak to green and make a Silk post about it. It is funny. Another well-known user of the community, they unfortunately got banned by Reddit quite a while ago though. Yeah, there is a goddamn circus on the subreddit, where the main attractions are Ari Gibson being the ringmaster and Lev being the acrobat. I would love to go there. Look, this is getting too weird at this point. It's basically people putting Hornet in a jar and doing weird things to her. Get this thing away from me, I want this iceberg to stop already. This basically refers to the whole ordeal with the Nintendo Switch 2 store page having a slightly different Silksong icon compared to every other platform. I find this insanely funny because it's such a minor detail, yet the community went crazy about it as usual. Well, here we are, the penultimate layer. These next entries are things that only the most insane know about, and I think I went insane even looking at some of them. Pip's Creek is a really cute upcoming Metroidvania game. The reason why it is here is because Team Cherry actually endorsed it on their Kickstarter. During the Silksong coming soon Steam posts, a game called Fart King was always near it when it came to a supposed release date. This game is terrible, by the way, do not even play it. This one is weird. Last year, a lot of Silksong YouTubers started their own ARG by having weird binary and Morse code at the end or in the middle of their videos. This ARG led into quite weird things like a random channel that posted bizarre things. Unfortunately, the ARG wasn't ever finished, and considering that people managed to find completely random people like Dream Janitor with no correlation to it leads me to believe that it probably wasn't thought out very well. Maybe it will get finished one day, who knows? Okay, yeah, no, I'm messing with you. Very recently, Lev commented on the fact that in his opinion, Silksong getting DLC is likely. I don't know how to feel about this one, so moving on. Samus Hunter is a leaker in the Nintendo community who is believed to be leaking Silksong many times. None of these leaks were about Silksong though, and what they were actually referring to has not been confirmed to this day. This is a recent ARG on the subreddit created by a user called the Bellmaster. It is a nice thing to burn your time on while waiting for the game. A lot of users on the subreddit tend to think sacrificing Fireborn will bring the game, but unfortunately it won't. Oh yeah, this one I just don't understand. It's too weird and nonsensical for me to understand it, I apologize. Another iconic user who had some influence in the Snosk memes. It is Monomon if there were a mother, good to know. A meme release date that I don't think anyone should believe in for their own good. Recently, there was a glitch on the Xbox page where it stated Silksong will have microtransactions. Lev quickly disproved this obviously, and the page returned to normal very quickly. Lots of glitches with the Silksong pages recently, huh? People making sandwiches on the subreddit, that's it, that's literally it. Recently, DSN actually released a game. It doesn't have much to do with Silksong, but the community aspect is quite prevalent. Primacon made a video about Diddy, yeah, great stuff. The most important debate in the entire community. If you ask me, I'm definitely on the Lay side. I don't know, man, it's some weird Silksong rapper thing user, again, I don't know. Weird pieces of fan art. It's a really unique style that perfectly describes this community. It's this bug in the game, they call him Grug. I hope he's actually called Grug in the game. Hornet body pillows. Yeah, I'm getting that one. People were making actual newspapers regarding the subreddit's culture, with the most well-known being the Silksong election. I have no idea who won, nor do I wish to know. There's a head patter on the subreddit. Nobody knows who they are, they hide in the shadows. A user who's genuinely taking a picture of a different insect every single day. Extremely cool and unique. Another extension of a Silk post, basically always beginning with "this is not a drill," even though it's clearly a drill. Okay, I know what it sounds like, but that's not it. This is a Silk post regarding A1331's profile picture being a picture of Sans. It's completely fine, okay? This one is a 2-in-1. On one hand, there is now a cheery flare meant to be the complete opposite of the depression one, and on the other, there was a Silk post of E1331 eating the cherry. God damn it. This is both poking fun at people who use wrong flares, and is an actual subreddit where people can freely Silk post without flares. This is just bizarre at this point. This is a fake weapon created by the community as a Silk post. Please, this is enough. This refers to both memes about the hidden SGF page and Team Cherry being revealed to be in SGF. Of course, all of these are Silk posts. Way before the cake situation, William's account was very underground and barely known within the community. Withered on the wine is one of the things he posted. It is unknown what this is even referencing. Is it referencing Australian wine? Is it referencing Jack wine? Is it referencing the wine boom? We will never know. I love this one. In the last Which One Direct, there was one final game they always do, and so many people thought it was Silksong. So when the screen transitioned into palm trees, people lost their minds. The palms now forever haunt the community. A little while ago, someone posted one of those tweets that undresses the character shown if the tweet hits a like goal. This one being about Hornet. I won't go deeper than that. One of the most begged for flares at the moment. Look guys, I don't think it's happening. Yeah, I don't have to say anything else about this one. Well, we have reached the end. These next couple of entries are the most underground and never talked about topics within the community, due to some of them being controversial or having way too little information to even cover. It is the absolute rock bottom, the Marianas Trench of the Silksong community, and there is nothing below it, for now of course. Primacon is a Chad, or at least I think this is what the entry is referring to. Like, at this point, I don't even know, bro. As the title says, there are Silk posts about how Team Cherry are actually hiding in people's houses and spying on them. A bit creepy, but I can see them doing that. I won't go into detail here since this is pretty controversial for this video, but quite a while ago someone leaked Jack's personal Reddit account, which got deleted afterwards. For more information, check out my other video. By looking at their Blue Sky and the now deleted Reddit, it was pretty clear to a lot of people that this is the case. This refers to an old animated movie Ari Gibson worked on way before he made Hollow Knight with William. There are a lot of old movies like this one. This one, however, is so underground that I've never seen anyone even mention it on the subreddit. This is a very bizarre ARG made by the white community. I don't know anything about it, but it seems extremely creepy. A fake Hornet counterpart created by the community. Finally something wholesome in these depths of insanity, even if it's completely fictional. A long time ago, Greg was asked if Silksong was gluten-free. The answer is yes. On the Weird Tomorrowist cult subreddit, Pete HR0 was the person who provided the daily news. Unfortunately, it came to an end when they realized the subreddit had died. Thank God for that! Foregoner is a channel which makes videos on Hollow Knight community memes. They cover the sacrifice of Mossbag, the reactions to the trailers and stuff like that. I don't really know how they're not that well known and belong at the bottom of this iceberg. This is it, our final entry in this whole iceberg. The infection war. I remember seeing people really confused about what this entry was on the iceberg the most, and I am here to deliver the answer. It refers to an old video by Foregoner where the Hollow Knight meme subreddit was battling some weird infected version of themselves. There is not much else I can say about this, and frankly, at this point I am done. It has been enough. And that's it! I want to take a quick second to shout out the person who made this incredible iceberg, and if any of the subreddit mods are watching this, give them the iceberg flare. They deserve it. They also own the r/Insanity Square subreddit, which is just such a great place, check that out as well. As for me, I will now proceed to eagerly anticipate the game's appearance at the new E3 showcase. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, take care and have a good night.